Hello, my name is Lizzie, and today we're going to talk about the F word, just how it affects our BMW. And our BMW is our body, mind, and wallet. Full disclaimer: I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I am not. I'm an OB or a veterinarian. I am literally first of all, I'm a woman, a homemaker. That is my first priority is my family's health and our well-being. So I'm just going to jump right in. And the things that I shared today, or just in general, are things that we as a family go through, and the things that affect our BMW, our body, mind, and wallet. And today we're going to talk about the F word. Okay. So what is the F word? Okay. So the F word is fragrance. Fragrance is the easiest word to remember when you're looking at products and you're trying to figure out, is it good for me? Is it bad for me? And the way to filter through this is really simple. Is this product, is whatever I'm putting in and on my body, okay, is it going to bring me wellness or illness? Period. Okay, so if it's going to bring you wellness, it's not going to have a side effect at all. So it cannot do both. You cannot have a product and say, oh, this is a whole product. This is a whole food. To me, a whole food is something that doesn't have a side effect. So if I'm buying something that, say, has for example, like cream cheese, right? Hold on one second. My husband's texting me. He's like, sorry to interrupt you, but I have, something important. I'm like, oh, no, I still have to truck on. But is this product going to bring me a side effect? And that's really the easiest way to remember. Okay. So if I'm eating something like cream cheese, right? Okay. So you look on the back of the cream cheese and the cream cheese is like amazing or something. And it says that it's natural on the front. And you turn it around and it says that it has this fake product, that fake product, this byproduct, that one, and like all of these different ingredients. And you're just like, oh my gosh, it just lied to me. It just lied to me. No, it didn't. It didn't. It told you exactly what was in the product. However, on the front end, just like a mullet, okay, party or a business in the front, party in the back, right? It told you exactly what was in that product. So we cannot say that like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, they duped me. No, we have every right, and we know how to read. So a lot of us know how to read, but we have the right to just look on the back and just turn it around. And before we even buy the product, we're able to see exactly what's in it. Okay. And that's not the case with anything that, like say you're going to like a restaurant. A restaurant is harder. You kind of can tell, like I can tell when I'm eating something that is not going to sit well. Like that's going to give me like indigestion because it has a lot of oil in it and it has a lot of like really thick fat that isn't going to break down in my bloodstream. Okay. So, and the biggest part that I do want to remind people of is that like our hoses or our veins, our like vessels, those are bringing the blood from, wherever we're at, bringing it to the heart so that it can pump. Because what happens if our heart stops pumping? We die. It's so crazy. We actually just die. It's nuts. So why are we chalking our valves and our hoses, and we're basically putting like a cramp in our hose. And that's why people have to get stints. If you literally think of the word stint, it is literally just a pole, basically a pole to like push, like this is like the valve, right? And say it's like kinked like that, or if it's like really small because there's damage been done, like food. And it's usually food. It's usually fattening food. Okay. And like oils that you're putting into your body, it's just fat oils, like you got your canola oil, your peanut oil, like all of those oils. If we just use oils that were maybe like a little bit thinner, our bodies can absorb it a lot better. And that's why I love using like, avocado oil or something like that versus like peanut oil. Of course, the peanut oil is going to be amazing to fry something like a turkey or just chicken or something, but it's not going to be good for your veins. Okay, so a stent is literally just going like this and like pushing it open, like literally building a bridge to where it's just open. Okay, and that's why a lot of people have to go back in and get another stent put in, when most of the time, your doctor's, I mean, he's probably going to tell you, eat less red meat, stop drinking, stop smoking, whatever. But he's never going to like refer you over to a nutritionist, because a nutritionist would tell you like you're eating a lot of really fatty fats. Period. Okay, so that was my little tangent on just how the blood works in the body. But going back to fragrance is one of those words that back in the day, fragrance was a trade secret. Like Johnson and Johnson, for example. That smell of Johnson and Johnson, I'll never forget that smell, because I remember they put that smell on my newborn baby, Isabella, when I was like, she just came out and I smelled that smell. And I was like, why are you putting, even back then, I wasn't 100% or anything like that. I was kind of still like using toxic products, but I was trying to do better, but you just, that smell, such a unnatural smell, that why would you put that on a baby when she was just born, when she has this like beautiful, like layer of goodness coming out? Why would you do that? So I'll never forget that smell. I used to love that smell. Before I realized that it was super toxic. So the word fragrance is literally just, how the FDA was able to keep these scents as a trade secret. So Johnson and Johnson, so they don't have to put in the product list what exactly their ingredients are, because they don't want you to steal that magical scent, that signature scent. So they put the word fragrance, and that's really what it initially was for, to have the word fragrance. It's an umbrella of thousands, at least thousands of different toxic chemicals that the companies can put in these products. So what other companies that don't even have like scents or anything, like signature scents or anything like that, they have taken advantage of that, and they have said, you know what, we're going to put a bunch of chemicals in here to make it smell however we want. Awesome. They're toxic, but we don't have to disclose what they are. So when you see the word fragrance, you need to run as fast as you can. And that's the easiest way to like just kind of like mitigate and like filter through your products at home. And even like, I'm spending money on something that's killing me. Like, I'm sorry, not happening. So that's why for us as a family, we don't use products. We try to stay away from products if we can that have the F word in it. If we can just follow that one simple filter, if it has the F word, stay away from it. However, so people are becoming smarter, which is amazing. So what product marketing, whatever, people who make products, they're understanding that we're becoming smarter. If we see the word fragrance, like, we're not like ignorant to it. So they've taken the word fragrance out, but they've put in other words like parfum. I mean, obviously that's perfume. And if you take the first 3 ingredients of that product, other than water, obviously everything's going to have water as like the first ingredient, because it needs to be like fluid. So if you take the first 3 products, that's going to be where it's going to be the most of that product is going to be in there. It starts off from the largest to the smallest. Okay. So if your first ingredient is fragrance, run. Do not buy that product, obviously. But if we're looking at, okay, the product doesn't have fragrance, but it does have other ingredients, just type into your browser, the dangers of that product. And it will literally tell you the dangers of that product. Look at it. If it's not dangerous, like if there's baking soda, or if there's just like, different, like just things that just help it, like oils, not oils, but like jojoba oil. It's not going to say that there's any danger to jojoba oil. You know what I mean? So that's just a way that we've kind of figured out how, because it can be really exhausting to go to the supermarket or go online or whatever and be like, I'm trying to be natural. But how can I be natural if they're literally poisoning every single product that I have? And I have to just retrain my family, like retrain my brain. But you know what? It's not as hard as you think it is. And if you just follow rule number one, if it has the F word, don't even look at it. And then rule number two, first three ingredients, okay? And then if the second ingredient doesn't have any dangers, go to the next one, go to the next one. And when we're buying products, there shouldn't be a ton of ingredients that we can't understand. We can't even pronounce. We don't know what it is. So why are you putting it on the largest organ in your body? Okay. What you put in and on your body affects everything: your body, your mind, and your wallet. Okay. Trying to make sure that the puppy isn't doing anything like pooping where he's not supposed to poop. So the way that we've kind of figured out, obviously that's what we do, but we've gotten rid of our candles. We've gotten rid of our air fresheners. I love the word air fresh. Air freshener. You're not freshening anything. You are poisoning the air that we live in. And our homes, the air that's in our homes, are actually way more toxic than me being on the freeway, smelling all of the exhaust, all of that. So it's crazy. Like, in these poor children, our families, and I talk about it all the time, our pets, like, everyone is being poisoned inside of our home more than the outside world. So we don't have air fresheners, we don't have plugins, we don't have dryer sheets. So what we use is like diffusers. Okay, like diffusers are very amazing. Okay, if I sit here all day and I have I have purification in here. If I sit here all day long, I turned it off. If I sit here all day long, it's not going to harm me. Okay, it's actually going to help my immune system. It's actually going to clean out my body. Like, it's amazing. So why wouldn't I want to do that for my body? So it smells good, and it also is making me feel good. He likes. You want? Look at this dog. Look at it. Hi. So especially your pets and stuff, like, it's not going to harm them. Okay. Scented candles are going to harm them. Scented candles are toxic. Okay. Yes, there are some oils that are too strong to be around pets. But you just use different oils. You just don't use certain oils around them. That's all. But for the most part, it's not going to kill them. So just don't even stress out about that. I love when people are like, that essential oils are like toxic to animals. Do you know that the cleaner that you're using on your floor that is super toxic to your family and your pets, or the food that we're feeding our pets? Okay. So that's a little tangent. Sorry. But anyway, so we use diffusers versus candles. Okay. We use oils that are going to support our systems. Okay. Like Thieves. Thieves is an amazing oil. When you put it on your body, it's going to support your immune system. It's going to support everything. When you're sick, you put it in here, or you can just put it in there because it smells amazing. It smells like fall. Like, if you smell it, it's like, it's clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, lemon, like cinnamon. It's amazing. Okay. Or you can put lavender. Lavender is amazing for your skin, and it's also going to help you calm down. Okay. Because I know that I need to be calm more than anything. And then especially peppermint. Peppermint's going to be awesome for your respiratory, for your energy levels, your mood. Okay. So that's your body. Okay. Going into your mind, how fragrance affects your mind. So when you are under the influence of fragrance or any toxic chemicals in your home, you do get anxiety, you get depression, you feel like fatigued, you feel like you can't breathe, like you physically can't breathe. So what our body does when we physically can't breathe is we go into like, almost like you can't take like a deep breath, because the toxic the toxicity in the air. Okay. But also if our minds are just hijacked by the fragrance or the toxic chemicals, then that's how we literally can't breathe, and we just get anxiety and we get panic attacks. I know I do when I get poisoned. Another thing that you have to remember, everything that you're feeling, okay, so like anxiety, fatigue, worry, all that amazing great stuff, it is a direct correlation to what you're putting in and on your body, whether it's the chemical or the products that you're using, the food that you're eating, or what was going into your mind, who is going into your mind. That's a big one that we always kind of like overlook. Okay, so we have all of these little like peanut galleries of people in our mind, and they're constantly telling us who we are, who we need to be, what we're falling short of doing, and we just need to shut them off. And we just need to remember that we don't need to listen to them because we're grown adults. Even though I don't feel like an adult, I know I'm a grown adult because I have to be an adult in my family. So the biggest thing that you have to remember is fragrance. It messes with your hormones. So with the word fragrance, okay, like I was saying before, it's an umbrella of toxic chemicals, of thousands of toxic chemicals that actually mimic zeta estrogens. Okay, so like they're basically fake estrogens that when our body, like say if this was like a candle, right? My body would recognize that as like an estrogen that like, and it would actually cling to it. So what we would get, like if we were to take a test, like a blood test or whatever, and check our hormone levels and everything like that, we would actually have very high levels of estrogen because fragrance mimics estrogen. It's crazy. So that's why our cycles are irregular. That's why our hormones are off balance. So if our hormones are off balance, then everything's off balance, especially as a woman. Same thing goes with men. Just because men don't have, women hormones, they still have their hormones. So you have to remember that fragrance messes with your endocrine system, which is your hormones. So if that's the biggest thing that you take away from this share that I have, it's the fact that the F word ruins your hormones. And then that makes us infertile. That makes us have harsh periods if we get a period. Okay. So we have to remember that. Okay. And then that also messes with our minds, messes with our families, messes with everything. And then last thing is our wallet. If you are just under the influence of fragrance and toxic products, you're definitely not in your right mind. You're not who you were actually meant to be, in a pure state. Then you do like, crazy things. You try to feel good with things that are not sustainable, like shopping or drugs or porn or something that's just going to make you happy, like an instant gratification and a cheap thrill. Because you're like, well, I need to be happy. I'm not happy. I haven't been happy. I'm so depressed. I'm so worried. I'm so anxious, but I don't have the energy to do anything. Just take out the one word fragrance, please, and see how it makes the biggest difference in your life. I swear it is the biggest difference between wellness and illness. And then just real quick, we have like this diffuser right here. This one is, and I'll show you how to use a diffuser. I know people are like, oh, diffusers are awesome. So literally all you do, okay, this is the diffuser. It has a cord, right? You take it apart. You can put it back. Take this off, right? Take this off. Okay. Put the oil in there. So, let's see, which one do I want to use? It's always fun to see like different combinations of what you want to use. So you can put 1, 2, 3 drops. I put 3 drops because this is a smaller diffuser. And then there's a part where it says literally on here, it says max. I don't know if the camera, okay, there you go. See that max right there? You just put the water to that point. Like it's not even like so easy. Put the top back on. Put on. I don't want to lift it up because of the water. So you know how candles, you get a candle and it's like a big, huge candle and it costs like 15, 20 bucks. And you're like, oh my God, I love this candle. It's giving me so many vibes. I just love it. Well, it's killing you, but it's gone. That's the worst part about it. And it's gone. You got this big, huge jar that you can't really make like soup in and you can't like drink out of. So you're like, I got this huge jar. What do I do with it? Well, so diffusers, they don't ever go out, like you just keep using, you put oils in it, you put water in it. And when you clean it, you just use some vinegar and just wipe it out. And that's it. So they last forever. And then you turn it on. Okay. And then this one has like 3 different light settings. So you can do like light, you could do one, you can't really see it too well. And it has like one where it's like kind of like a candle. So at night it's super cool. But yeah, so you can have it go for an hour, go forever, go for however long you want it. Okay. And so this is bringing out scent, it's making your home smell good, especially when you have pets and smelly boys, but it's also cleaning the air. Like, it's not just like it's like a facial. Why wouldn't you want a facial, right? No. So it's just good for you, right? Okay. And then, so literally like this little kit right here, right? You get the diffuser and then you get 6 oils. It's amazing. Okay. Like the oils I share, Purification we use for laundry. Thieves we use for immunity. Lavender is to calm down and go to bed. And it's really good for skin. Peppermint I use for breath mint. I use for headache, tummy ache, energy. If you feel like you've been poisoned by toxic chemicals, it can help you detox a little bit faster. Peppermint's amazing. And then we have 2 roll-ons. So these are blends. So these are singles. Okay. So these are singles literally, or except Purification is not a single. These 2 are not singles. I'm sorry. So this one is lavender and peppermint is a single. It's just peppermint lavender plant. And then these are blends. So blends are when you like blend different oils and plants together and it creates this synergy of like amazing scents. So those 2. And then we have 2 roll-ons. Okay. So this roll-on is for deep relief. So basically for your muscles. Okay. And then this one is stress away. I use this for peppermint. Perfume, like a perfume, because I don't use perfume, but it smells amazing. It's like you literally just go like that. Okay. That's it. It's amazing. So you get 6 oils and then you get a diffuser for $100. So it's like, why not? Like, this is literally what changed my whole way of doing everything. So it was super cool, super easy. It's not hard. We can do it. And the excuse of like, well, everything is poison. Everything is toxic. We're going to die anyway. We are, but we're also probably not going to die as fast as you think we're going to die. And you're probably going to live, your quality of life of living is not going to be the best because you're not healthy. So yeah, that's all I have. You can actually grab this kit go to my website or our website, huboftheheart.com, and it's in my bio, right? So you'll see it, and then just click on it, and then on the right hand side on the top it says non-toxic products. So you'll be able to see it there, and it's super cool. Like I said, less than $100 for like all of this. I'm like, yes, please. But that's all I have. And you guys have a great day.